Good morning, guys. It's Tuesday morning. It was a decent day yesterday. I put the car outside and worked on one of the front fenders. I brought the car back in overnight. I don't want it to get caught in rain or snow or something silly. So it's supposed to be beautiful today. Going to have the big door open, working on the fenders. And then we got 4 days in a row of just shit. 3 days of rain, some snow, whatever, just crap. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to get done with the rainy weather, but the only option I see is that maybe I can get a jump on wet sanding the body and buffing it out, get it ready to put all the stuff back on. So that's probably what I'll do during the rainy days, and hopefully we get a couple of nice days where I can spray primer and paint on the fenders. I'm not spraying anything in here with the car in here. Just not going to happen. Not with a black car. No way. So yeah, that's where I'm at there. New subscribers, thank you very much. Once again, tell your friends, tell a chum, and spread the word, man. It's going well, and I appreciate every one of them. Don't be afraid to leave comments down below. I like to read those, and yeah. Guess we'll pull the Model A out and clean up the puddle of transmission fluid that it's left behind. It's a mess. So yeah, let's just get to it. We got a puddle of tranny fluid I got to clean up. Anyway, I'm going to get on that, clean up, give it a good sweep, and then I'm going to get on these fenders. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I gotta take a look at it out in the sun, maybe. Got dust on it already, but I know it doesn't show in the camera, but there's a fair amount of metallic in the paint. So yeah, looks good. And if it looks good in the sun, it's good. So there we go, right on. Okay, so I finished off my morning working on the tougher of the two fenders. That was the one that gave me all the hassle. It still had quite a few touch-ups and stuff to do. A little bit of hammer work, a couple of high spots, but a dozen actually. But it's starting to feel real good now. So this one's ready for another shot of primer. And I'm going to go ahead and put this aside and grab the other fender and get that done. And I'll show you more of the process on the second fender. So yeah, just going to get after it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is use just cheap Canadian Tire primer and use it as a guide coat. So we're just going to, like a powder almost. Just real thin. Light dusting, Just gives us a contrast of the light gray primer. So that's all you want. Perfect. So we'll let that dry up for a bit. because it'll just gum up the sandpaper. And then, yeah, then we'll sand her up. Okay, so I'm going to do the first shot with 150 grit. And we're going to, this is going to take 2 or 3 times. So we're going to gradually go to a finer and finer paper. But I'll start with the 150 because there's quite a bit to do. So. So I'll go that direction, and then we'll go the opposite direction in an X pattern, right? You can see the light gray right away. Those are higher than these. That's the guide coat here. So these are low spots. And you just keep going until those are all gone. If you hit bare metal, you stop. Like so, and then switch directions again. Okay, I'll give you a quick look at what this looks like. Don't mind me, excuse me. There we go. So, I don't know how well you can see that, but you see these little dark spots? Those are low spots. Okay, there's a high spot here. That's bare metal right there. So, you can't go any lower than that. But this is, you can barely feel it. The next coat of primer will fill those in. We got to take down this one a little bit more. And we're just going to keep working our way down the whole fender and get until it's all done. Till it all looks like that, same color gray. So I'll go to time lapse and finish shooting that, or sanding that, and then we'll come back after that. Okay, so that's what she looks like after it's been blocked. I think it looks pretty good. Don't mind my shadow. Anyway, any of these little dark spots that are here, the next coat of primer will fill all that in when we block it the next time. It should be pretty damn good. The other one, on the other hand, is going to need at least 2 or 3 more shots. But I can't tell you, man, how great it is to be working with the big door open. Just awesome. You know, it's like 13 or 14 Celsius, but that's, you know, 55, 57 Fahrenheit. When you're used to 40 below, that's, you know, t-shirt and flip-flops weather, man. So, yeah, really nice to be able to work with the door open. But it's only for one day because it all goes for a shit tonight. So I'm going to clean up in here and get ready to bring the Model A back in the garage. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so after I cleaned up a little bit, I went ahead and put the guide coat on my 2 fenders, rear fenders, and I also did the hood. So you know, I can sand in here with the car in here, but I can't spray anything. So you know, I don't want to get overspray in the paint job. So yeah, I can put all this stuff aside, and after supper I'll bring the car back in, and I don't know if I'm going to sand on these things or if I'm going to do a little wet sanding on the car body itself. Whatever I decide, and yeah, we'll go from there. I mean, it's all got to get done. It doesn't matter which order it's done in, I guess. So, because apparently we're screwed for 4 days on weather, and that sucks. Okay, well, it's after supper, and clouds are starting to move in. Geez, I wonder why the transmission is slipping a little bit. So I'm pretty sure this is a Canadian thing. You know, you spend all winter clearing the snow out of your driveway and putting it on the side. And then in the spring, you take that same snow that you spent all winter shoveling there and you just put it back into the driveway so it'll melt faster. Is it insane? Yeah, probably. But I think we can just get tired of looking at snow, so that's how we roll up here. Okay, so it's about 7:30-ish, and I'm going to call it a night today. I don't know why, but I'm dragging my ass, a little tired. I've decided that tomorrow I'm going to change it up a little bit and do some wet sanding. I'm just tired of kicking up dust. It seems like I've been block sanding for months. So I just want to change it up, do something a little bit different, keep my sanity, you know, what little I have left. Yeah, I'm just going to relax, have a couple of pops, maybe watch a ball game, and you know, we'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, good morning. Wednesday morning. I was up fairly early. It's about 9 o'clock now. Um, I started wet sanding. I started with one panel here, one little piece, and I started here because this one had a run in it. Honestly, it sanded out in about 30 seconds, so that's how small it was. The orange peel on this in the paint is very, very fine, very small. Normally, I would knock it down with 1,000 grit wet paper, and then go over it with 2,000 to take the scratches out from the 1,000. But it's so fine in this case that I only needed to use the 2,000 right off the hop, and yeah, it's sanding out really well. So I'm gonna hook up my buffing machine and just show you how it's gonna come out. And I'll do this piece. That'll illustrate what's going on, and then I'm gonna carry on and go over the whole car. So yeah, give me a minute to hook up my buffing machine and we'll get on it. Okay, so I put a little bit of compound on the pad. I like to set it at about 3.5, setting 0 to 10, so about a third the RPM. Hey, so I think you're getting the idea here. Also, I like to stay away from these raised beads and edges. You don't want to burn right through. So I just kind of stand back a little bit from these raised portions. And just take your time and go at it. And just give it a wipe with a microfiber cloth, and man, I tell you, that's any indication of how it's all going to come out. It's going to be pretty sweet. Man, I'm happy with that. Wow. So there you go. So we just carry on and go over the rest of the car. Okay, so that'll be it for today. Keep in mind, I'm not a detailer. I've never claimed to be a detailer. So 2,000 is as far as I go. If the guy wants to bring his car to a detailer and put out a few $100 and get it done, and clay bar and all that stuff, ceramic coating, the whole deal, Yeah, go ahead. There's plenty of clear on there to work with. So, like I said, I bring it up 2000. Uh, it's shiny, it looks good, but yeah, depends on how far you want to go with it. I just don't have all the buffing machines and the different compounds and all that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, I don't have the patience. So that's just the way it is. Um, yeah. Uh, if you're fairly new to it, or if you've seen some of these videos before and haven't subscribed yet, please do. And, hit the little bell. Um, and once again, don't be afraid to leave comments down below. I enjoy reading them, and I do respond to them. And for all the subscribers that I have gotten, we're approaching 400 now. So yeah, it's moving along pretty good. Let's have the drive for 5. So yeah. What else? I'm going to carry on with the buffing machine. That way there, when the weather does get nice, I could pull this thing out and it'll be ready for all the stuff to go back on. So as I get the fenders and the hood painted and buffed, then I can just attach everything to the car and away we go. And it's not leaking transmission fluid anymore, which tells me it's empty. So we're going to have to get some tranny fluid. Doesn't matter, I was going to pull a pan off anyway and put a new gasket in, so we'll probably put a filter in at the same time. And yeah, fill her up and should be good to go. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So, if you're not doing anything else, get on the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.